Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, as we continue with the showcase of the independents, next up is Glory Pro Wrestling out of St. Louis, Missouri. Glory Pro was founded in 2017. They have 3 championships: the Crown of Glory Championship, which is held by Camaro Jackson, the Midwest Territory Championship, which is held by Mike Outlaw, and then the United Glory Tag Titles that are held by the Hustle and the Muscle, Karam and Xavier Walker. They are two-time champions. In 2022, Glory Pro Wrestling held 9 shows, 83 matches, 60 men's, 19 women's, and 9 intergender. We're going to go through the 19 best matches. These are all matches that were 3.5 star or higher. Couldn't decide between the 3.5 star matches, so I went ahead and just did them all. Initially, I was going to add some of the 3.25 star matches, but we had a bunch of those suckers. We had 15 of them to be exact, and instead of trying to figure out, a handful of those, we just capped it at 18. So we're going to run down those. It does look like that the first 12 are all 3.5 star. So the first 2 both came from the April 24th Glory Pro Live at the Pageant. We had a triple threat match. We had Dante Martin, Kenny Ofonza, and Cody Lane. Dante Martin getting the victory, 3.5 star. Also from Live at the Pageant, Minoru Suzuki versus Jake Something. Minoru Suzuki getting the victory, gave that 3.5 star. The next 2 actually came from the GCW, the Collective. Glory Pro Wrestling, Cemetery Gates. You can actually go on the playlist of WrestleMania Weekend, and you can see the review of all the shows on Robert Sports Show from WrestleMania Weekend, including that full show. We're going to talk about 2 of those matches right here, the United Glory World Tag Team titles and a Fatal 4-Way. We had champions, the Hustle and the Muscle, Karam and Xavier Walker, taking on Fly Deaf, Warren Johnson and Zach Mason, taking on Technical Difficulties, Moses Deliver and Riam De La Suede, and Alpha Omega, Camaro Jackson and Kenny Alfonso, and then the Hustle and the Muscle retained their tag titles, 3.5 star. And then we had No Remorse Corpse, Rocky Romano and Davey Richards, taking on Grindhouse, Matt Fitchett, and Davey Vega. No Remorse Corpse, Rocky Romero, and Davey Richards won that one, 3.5 star. Number 15 came from Live at the Pageant 2. Ludicrous Speed, Crown of Glory Championship, Camaro Jackson taking on champion Mike Outlaw. Camaro Jackson becoming the Crown of Glory champion in a 3.5 star match. From the Relentless on October 30th, Last Man Standing, Cody Lane and Dan the Dad. This has actually been a cool storyline with these 2. Initially, it started with Cody Lane and Dan the Dad. Dan the Dad wanted Cody Lane to leave the trailer park. He won that one, back and forth. They've had a long feud in 2022. This one was Last Man Standing, and Cody Lane getting the victory there in a 3.5 star match. The next 2 come from December to Remember on December 18th. Kenny Alfonso and Lucky Ali. Kenny Alfonso getting the victory, 3.5 star. And then the Crown of Glory Championship, Camaro Jackson champion taking on Cody Lane. Camaro Jackson retaining his title. The next 2 come from the Anniversary 5 show on February 2nd. We had a no DQ match, Ethan Page versus Paco Gonzalez. Ethan Page getting the victory. And then Davey Richards, the Lone Wolf, taking on Davey Vega. Both matches were 3.5 star. The next 2 came from Massive Aggressive on May 22nd. We had Alpha Omega, Camaro Jackson, and Kenny Alfonso taking on Jordan Oliver and Myron Reed. Alpha Omega getting the victory, 3.5 star. And then we had Grindhouse, Davey Vega, Matt Fitchett, formerly known as Besties in the World, taking on Ethan Price and Jake Something. Ethan Price and Jake Something getting the victory there, 3.5 star. Number 7 on the list, the last 3.5 star match, came from STL Vice on July 23rd. Camaro Jackson and Mike Bennett. Camaro Jackson getting the victory, 3.5. Number 6 on the list comes from Glory Pro Live at the Pageant, April 24th. Crown of Glory Championship. Champion Mike Outlaw versus Davey Richards, the Lone Wolf. And Mike Outlaw retaining this title there, 3 3/4 star match. And then from Cemetery Gates on the Collective on March 31st, we had Warhorse versus Josh Alexander. Impact Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion Josh Alexander won that match, 3 3/4 star. From the show, there were Limitless on October 30th, Crown of Glory Championship in a Fatal 4-Way. Camaro Jackson taking on Kenny Alfonso, Mike Outlaw, and Rohit Raju. Camaro Jackson retaining this title, 3 3/4 star match. And December to Riz member, we had the Lone Wolf, Davey Richards, taking on Nick Aldis, former NWA World Heavyweight champion. Davey Richards getting the victory there, 3 3/4 star match. From the next two matches were both from Good Times, Bad Times on March 20th, excuse me. Effie versus Cody Lane. Cody Lane getting the victory, 3 3/4 star match. And then, in my opinion, the best Glory Pro match of 2022 from March 20th, Good Times, Bad Times. The Lone Wolf, Davey Richards versus Myron Reed. Davey Richards getting the victory there in a 4-star match. Those are the 19 best matches for Glory Pro 2022. As always, thanks for watching the Robert Sports Show, and don't just have a great day, have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports talk content.